What's going on YouTube? Gridsquare here, and today I want to bring you a follow-up review on my Separatec underwear from a few weeks back. Now, when I did the review on that was the comfort cotton whatever blend version that Separatec throws out. By the time I'd filmed that video, I had already ordered a 3-pack of their sport line, which is the equivalent of what Under Armour makes. So it's like a 75% polyester and 25% spandex. Don't quote me on those numbers, but it's roughly like 3/4 to poly to spandex blend. All right. So I wanted to compare that actually to Under Armour versus, what I had been reviewing, which was a bamboo rayon. Just feels like a really soft cotton blend, and I felt like this was not a fair review to compare that to Under Armour because it's not the same material. Now, before I get into the actual review, let me just say, as a follow-up to the comfort blend or whatever, I do stand by the fact that I do not see these holding up a year. Now, that review, I've had these 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks tops. They've been worn, I had a 3-pack, they've been worn 3 times each, maybe. Washed, dried regularly, tumble dry low. I follow the instructions on the tag. And I can just see all over the damn underwear, there's little puffs and fuzzies, and just where the stitching on the elastic is coming undone. It's just, I don't know, and I guess I had some Velcro on some pants in the dryer because some of the elastic and I don't know, I'm just, these are not holding up nearly as well as I thought they would. And it's not, once again, for like 10, 12 bucks a pair, I'm not outraged here. But I don't know, I guess I thought for a good design, not designer, but for a good brand like this, it's supposed to be awesome. I just say these are, Separatec, these are terribly subpar. All right, and I would, I'm not going to sit there and try to get my money back or anything, because that's what it is. You buy a product, you try it, you learn from it. It's like, if it's good, you buy more of it. If it's not, you try something new. So this was a experiment. And unfortunately, I'll probably throw those away, honestly. What I did buy, and I am super excited when I got these in the mail, these are the Separatec Sport versions. And I was blown away. So let's get into it. So the Separatec Sport line, and 77% poly blend, and the other 23 is the spandex. And these are literally the best and most comfortable underwear I've ever had in my life. Like that other, the cotton whatever bamboo comfort blend that Separatec has, they're bullshit. That's complete bullshit compared to what I'm holding in my hand. And honestly, I regret that I didn't see these first, because I wouldn't have wasted money on that. These are so good, I can't see why I would do it. But I mean, I would throw away all my Under Armour stuff. I mean, because it feels just as good. It's and it's light. Like, don't get me wrong, my Under Armour stuff I thought that was as light as it got. This feels like nothing. I mean, I haven't weighed it or anything, but this literally feels like nothing. As a matter of fact, I tested this earlier. I had the entire 3-pack of these, and I had 1 pair of my Comfort Cotton Bamboo Blend Separatecs, and that one weighed more than these 3 combined. I've had these for 2 weeks, all right, and I have worn only 3. I've had 3 pairs for 2 weeks, and I have worn the crap out of them. I mean, I'm doing laundry every other day, just because I've been wanting to give you guys a decent, honest, 2-week review. So I've been washing them, drying them, using them, working out, running, hiking, yard work, just wearing them all day, laying around the house, just any possible, real world scenario I could possibly think of, with the exception of doing real construction work, or I don't know, climbing a mountain all day. But just your basic average people, I've been doing those kind of activities just because I wanted to give a fair review and see how these things handled up. And it's the same features, the exact same pouch, the little sack for your sack. Everything is pretty much the same on all the Separatec as far as the features go, so that's no problem there. But the fabric and the quality of this is so much better because I've washed them, I've dried them, and I can't see any, and I looked on all 3 pairs. I can't tell if there's no stitching, no fabric coming undone, no little poofy things coming out of the elastic. I just feel like they really knocked it out of the park when they designed and created this line of their product. it's just that much better. It's so much better than that Comfort Blend stuff. And once again, I regret buying it, but here we are. Let me just say that it's so good. Like I can't even really be honest, because you'll think I'm exaggerating. It's that great. And it's the same thing as the last. They keep everything where they need to be. There's nothing hanging down or gets in the way. And just, I mean, like I said, if you're running, being really active, and you're just full body sweat, it just keeps everything nicer and cleaner. It just does. It's so good. And then, like I said, you get done working out, you get home, you go to shower, and you start peeling clothes off, and it's just like, man, I almost feel like I really don't need to wash that much. Just get a quick rinse off, because it just doesn't feel grimy and dirty and nasty like it did if wearing the Under Armours or something, where everything's kind of smashed together and, you know, brewing and percolating for hours on end. So these are the same price. They still run about 12 to 13, yeah, $33 for a 3, yeah. So they're at $11.50 a pair if you buy the 3-pack. I'm probably going to buy some more. I don't see Separatec going out of business or whatever, but it's one of those things, like I feel like it's a coronavirus panic buy. I want all of it. I want a giant full box of this stuff for the next 20 years. They're that good. Now, let me go ahead and say this on the caring of these things. Now they say, you know, tumble dry low, wash with light colors, yada yada yada. I never follow the washing directions with this kind of fabric, and the same goes with the Under Armour as well, with the polyester spandex blend. You honestly don't even need to put these in the dryer. Now granted, if you're doing laundry and you've got to go to work, you know, your shift starts like in an hour or two and you need to get them dry, sure, throw them in the dryer on low. But honestly, I don't even dry them. I don't put them in the dryer. I take them out and I just hang them over a clothes hanger, and they dry. They literally, these could be soaking wet, hand wring them out, you know, spin them around, get all the water, you know, excess water out, and then just like hang them up somewhere. They'll dry in under an hour. And I've tested this like 3 times just to see. And yes, if you get all the excess water out and literally just hand wring them out thoroughly, they'll dry by just regular air and sunlight in under an hour. You know, and I'm gonna see how quickly, if I'm gonna soak them, and I'm gonna put them in front of like a window AC unit, or like put them under a ceiling fan, just because I want to see if that'll speed things up. But like quite literally, it's one of those things, like, you know, if you get like a really nice fabric shirt and it'll tell you like, hey, you don't want to put that in the dryer, either dry clean only or something, you know. And I've got some that too. Like I've got some t-shirts that I've just had because they just fit so perfectly, and I'm like, you know, if I put that in the dryer, they'll shrink. And, you know, I don't need to have like a whole Michelin Man thing going on more than I already do. But there's just some stuff, like it never goes in the dryer. I wash it and I just let it hang dry. And that's what I would recommend with these. Or, I mean, if you're in a hurry, just tumble dry low. I mean, they literally will be dry, and I can't even, if you put these in the dryer, they'll be done in 15 minutes tops. They're so good. I'm done holding them. I'm just going to keep fondling them awkwardly, and it'll be... Now, there's only one critique I can actually give Separatec for this exact line of product, and it's the same thing that I did with the last one, is I feel like they're too tall. All right, there's too much fabric, because, and once again, it's more of a big guy problem. Like if you've got any kind of gut, I mean, not all of us in America or anywhere are built like European swimsuit models, so we don't have that just straight cylinder body style. You know, you've got hips or a muffin top, or I've got more of like a bunt cake situation going on. But, you know, so our natural waistline for bigger guys, like, it doesn't fall around our belly button. Okay, this isn't like 1950s and everybody wore their pants up here with suspenders and stuff, you know, smoking a pack of cigarettes. That's not how we do it anymore. People kind of let their pants kind of ride lower. And I'm not talking about sagging or anything. Now, granted, I'm white as hell. I don't have any kind of ass. Like, my back is flat as you could iron on my back. It's just straight up backbone to ass crack. There's just no curves whatsoever. So for me, you know, my natural waistline is going to be lower than your quote-unquote swimsuit model average guy that you'll see on websites and stuff. When they model underwear, you just see these guys like riding up. And even with these, so I look at these products, I'm like, how does a regular skinny guy or average guy wear these? I mean, they're that tall. When I put these on now, and if I stretched them up to where they naturally went, they would be right underneath my belly button. Even with my freaking gut, they would literally come up to my belly button. All right, and I'm like, how? Like, who wears their underwear up that high? Really? All right. Now, I saw a couple on my last video, some people were talking about like, well, if for you big guys that have that folding over issue, you just need to hit the gym and that'll fix that. I'm like, look, man, like, I'm not knocking anything on being overweight or obesity, nothing like that. As a big guy who, yes, I need to work out and I'm working on it. However, at my skinniest, 2005, coming out of Marine Corps boot camp, I weighed 200 pounds, running 3 miles in 20 minutes, best shape, tiniest I've ever been in my adult life, all right? At that point, I still had a muffin top, all right? I had size 38 because I remember getting fitted for the uniform, all right? And I still had some fitting issues because that's just how I'm built, all right? Not everybody is built like a freaking cylinder. Some people have more hips than ass. Some people have bigger chest to waist ratio. Like, people are built differently. So my point being is that when they do their modeling for these products, I just feel that some of us would like a low rise option. So, if you just took, fold these down twice like that, give us something like that. Take about the 3 to 4 inches of fabric off that, because you're still getting the same. If you look how you measure like an inseam, it goes from like crotch to leg, all right? And that's your inseam, okay? So the inseam doesn't change. So you're still getting the support and it's still coming down your leg the right amount. But it does, when you shorten it up, like, it's not gonna ride up. It's gonna be more comfortable for, those of us who have a lower waistline. So when I reached out to Separatec, they were actually pretty cool about it. And they're like, hey man, we've never had any like big people reach out to us and mention anything, so that's a good thing to hear. So I apologize for rambling on all this time, but my point is that Separatec's a great company. They've got a great product. God, honestly, I wish I could say the same for all their stuff. I really would like to try their other fabrics they have, but honest to God, after I tried this sport line, I'm not interested. I literally could give two shits about anything on Separatec's product line aside from this polyester spandex blend, because it's comfortable, it's got a good stretch and give to it, it just feels nice all day. It does the job, it wicks that moisture and just keeps things dry and snug, and it doesn't, like with certain cotton products, it's nice and stretchy and it's snug when you start your day, but 10 hours later from getting up, sitting down and walking around a lot, certain fabric, as it gets wet, it gives and stretches and it kind of, I don't want to say sag. I don't know the right word I'm looking for here, but you know what I'm talking about. It's cotton stuff, it kind of stretches and has a lot more give to it at the end of the day. This doesn't. Like, the moment you put it on, like, it feels the exact same when you put it on as in 12 hours later when you take it off. I've noticed no difference, and it's great. And I wish I could find a good pro-con. I want to do a good pro-con list, and there's just not. There's no cons to that product right there. There is nothing wrong with it. Aside from the fact that, and that's with all their products, I just wish they'd make them into like a low-rise version, but that's, nothing wrong with that. So thank you guys for watching. I apologize that this video was, once again, a little long, but I ramble. But it's just one of those things. I really want to give a good, honest review of it, and anything that I can think of negative, I did. I wanted to make this earlier today, and I was just sitting there trying to make a pro and con list, and I'm like, there's nothing. They're quite literally perfect underwear design, aside from that, sizing issue. They're just so good. They're so good. I can't recommend these enough. Ladies, buy them for your man. Gentlemen, buy them for your man. If you're a guy, you need to have this in your life. I just can't stress that anymore. If you have a penis and testicles and they touch each other and you're wearing underwear and there's skin on skin contact somewhere, this is the product for you. Like, it was made for us. Like, there's just no downside to having this. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to help the channel grow. If you think it's bullshit, if you have any kind of negative stuff, like, drop a comment. Like I said, the last video I had some pretty good, some duh, and then some legit comments. I like addressing those. I like to give solid feedback, and even if it's like a bullshit troll stuff, man, I'll still give you a thumbs up and I'll give you a shout out, because it's just how I roll. So thank you guys for watching. You can take it easy.